So my revenue right now is like 76K.
Okay,
And I would say like on that, most of my profits that I go for are like 80 to 100%.
nice.
Yeah, so I don't know about you, but I always like at least go for 80%
You know,
ROI.
you know that's my whole game too. We're trying to double our money. Like
Like,
we need to make the money.
yeah.
In this video, we're gonna have a conversation with Alfiya, and she's gonna tell you how she was able to quit her job and go full time with Amazon in under 5 months of working with me.
What's up, guys? So I'm on here with Alfia, one of my students. She's been crushing it. I'm just gonna ask her a few questions. So first off, how did you find my page and why did you choose to work with me instead of anybody else in the space?
If I remember correctly, I saw one of your reels and I was like, at the moment, I was like really like tired of working at Nordstrom.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's give this a shot. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And honestly, your program was like the fourth program that I joined to learn some type of side hustle. And this
Wow.
program is the only one that has worked.
I remember you telling me that actually in the beginning. I remember you telling me that. You were
It's
scared of getting
crazy
like ripped
how
off.
I joined your program.
Yeah.
Yeah, I joined your program with no expectations because I was so tired of like paying for programs and like not seeing any results.
Yeah.
But I'm really glad I did because this one actually worked.
All right, awesome, cool. How has your progress been since you first started? And I know it's probably hard to give an exact number, but just estimate like what you think your revenue has been so far and then what your profit has been.
So my revenue right now is like 76K.
Okay,
And I would say like on that, most of my profits that I go for are like 80 to 100%.
nice.
Yeah, so I don't know about you, but I always like at least go for 80%
You know,
ROI.
you know that's my whole game too. We're trying to double our money. Like
Like,
we need to make the money.
yeah, for sure. Like, and I honestly learned that from you. You kept saying double your money, you double your money. So that's what I started looking for when I was
Yeah.
like researching products.
Yeah, exactly. Because at the end of the day, I always tell people if you're going for 30% ROI, and like we just talked about before we started recording, you accidentally buy a product that you think is going to move and it doesn't move, and now your ROI is messed up because you went for low ROI. That product not being a hit like you thought it would be is not really messing up your margins too bad because you're making so much money on all your other stuff. So you can afford, you can afford when stuff like that happens. Was getting me as a mentor worth it, in your opinion, and why?
It was definitely worth it because I was able to like set up a meeting with you and just talk about the things that I was confused about.
Yeah.
And like the weekly meetings, I used to join them all the time in the very beginning, and they were really helpful because to kind of see what other students were like struggling with, I learned from that too. And just like
Mm-hmm.
connecting to few students over Zoom and like Discord was really helpful.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would definitely say it was worth it.
So you connected with a bunch of students outside of just talking to me, and we're building with them as well.
Yeah, when we used to like post our results, so
Mm-hmm.
like people would reach out to one another, and that's how I like started talking to a few people. I wouldn't say I talked to a lot of people, like 3 to 4 people. So it was definitely helpful to like kind
Nice.
of talk to people who were in the same game as you.
Nice. What would you say to somebody who's kind of like, on the fence about getting started with Amazon? And second part to that question is, would you recommend them to me?
Oh, I would 100% recommend them to you because it's like you showed me the way to
Yeah.
get started. Like you see the way to get started and what you make out of it, it's totally up to you. Like if you lock in and you give it your 100%, you're definitely gonna get successful with it.
Yep. Yep.
If you're like just waiting for your mentor to teach you every single thing, that's just not gonna work. You have to like work on your own too.
Yep. Exactly.
I would
And so what?
100%. I actually have recommended one of my friends to you.
Oh, really?
He hasn't joined yet, but he's definitely gonna join soon because
Okay.
he's really into like FBA, and I told him like you should hit up Anthony. He taught me how to do all this.
Yeah, nice. Okay, cool. I appreciate that. And then the last part of that question, what would you say to somebody who's kind of like on the fence about starting this? They're kind of nervous. They're watching it on social media. They want to do it, but they're nervous. What would you say to them to kind of nudge them in the right direction?
I would show them my results
Yeah.
because I have screenshots of like me hitting 10K to like 75K,
Mm-hmm.
and it tells you how many months it took me to get there.
Yep.
I have screenshots of some of my products that I sold in very beginning, and that kind of helped me like, um learn a lot. So I would show
Yeah.
them my screenshots and tell them like this works. It worked for me.
And while we're on that subject, I still remember the day when you texted me and you were like, this is the last day of my 9 to 5. Like, I'm gonna go all in on this. So,
Yeah.
talk to me real quick about like like how that felt and like what you were thinking.
So when I quit my 9 to 5, like I was just like very new to this. I was very new. But I was like, because I saw it work and I saw like it actually works. So I was like, I'm gonna quit this job and focus this
Yep.
completely so I can get where I want faster. Because managing Amazon and 9 to 5 it was really challenging. And plus I'm a
Yeah.
student too, so it was really
Mm-hmm.
challenging at that moment. And it felt really good quitting my nine
Yeah.
to five and just like doing this and going to school. It was a lot more easier.
Yeah. Makes sense. I'm happy that you were able to see that this shit worked and been in a position to make that decision to like focus on this full time.